So you've got that brilliant game-changing idea, right? But how do you actually turn that spark into a real breathing company? That's exactly the challenge we're tackling today. This is basically the essential blueprint for anyone looking to be a founder, breaking down those first crucial steps to building an enterprise. Let's jump right in.
I mean, it's the question that keeps so many of us up at night, doesn't it? You see these huge companies and think, how did they do it? How do you take one little idea and build it into something that can actually scale, something that can go global? Well, it all starts with understanding one really fundamental concept.
See, before you can build a business, you have to know what a business is. So let's break it down. Let's look at the basic anatomy of a business. What are we really trying to create here?
Okay, let's look closer at this definition because it's so important. A business isn't just a passion project. It's a human activity directed towards wealth. The key words, though, buying and selling. This is what turns a simple idea into a structured, continuous system that's designed to make money to generate value. And that's a huge shift in thinking.
All right, so once you've got that definition locked in, you're at your first major fork in the road. And this is not a small detail, okay? This is the legal and financial bedrock of everything you're about to build. It's time to choose your path as a founder.
So let's start with the basics. Are you going to be a lone wolf, or are you part of a power duo? As a sole proprietor, you have absolute control. Every single decision, every rupee of profit, it's all yours. But, and you've got to hear this, so is every single bit of risk. Unlimited personal liability literally means if the business goes under, they can come after your personal assets, your car, your house. A partnership lets you share that load, the skills, the money. But that shared risk comes with shared liability, which can be just as scary.
Now let's look at the next level up. The jump from just a partnership to a full-blown company is huge. Why? Because a company is a separate legal entity. It's like an artificial person in the eyes of the law. This is the absolute game changer. It means the company itself, not you personally, can own property and take on debt. And this creates the most important benefit for founders. Your liability is limited to the company's assets, not your personal savings. Plus, with perpetual succession, the company can literally outlive its founders. It keeps on going.
Okay, once your structure's in place, you need to know where you're going. What's the ultimate purpose of your enterprise? What's that one single goal that's going to guide every decision you make from here on out? This is your North Star. For a lot of founders, the answer is classic. It's simple: profit maximization. I mean, it's the most intuitive goal, right? You want to make that gap between what you earn, your total revenue, and what you spend, your total costs, as big as you possibly can. This profit isn't just a number on a spreadsheet. It's the lifeblood of the company. It's the fuel you can reinvest to grow even bigger.
But here's a question. Is raw profit the only goal? Not always. Some founders are all about sales revenue maximization. Their focus is on becoming the undisputed market leader by selling as much as they can, thinking that huge market share will lead to bigger profits down the road. Others might aim for growth maximization, trying to find that perfect balance between expanding your customer base and growing the company itself. So you have to ask yourself, what would you prioritize? The immediate profit, total market dominance, or long-term sustainable growth? You have a structure. You have a goal. Now for the most practical question of all. Where does the money come from? It's time to talk about fueling your enterprise.
You know, funding isn't just a one-time thing. It's like a ladder you climb as you grow. You'll probably start by bootstrapping, just reinvesting your own profits. Then, as you prove your idea works, you might take out some loans to expand. To really hit the gas pedal, though, you'll go looking for angel investors, wealthy individuals who trade their cash for a piece of your company. And finally, for that explosive, world-changing growth, you'll be courting venture capital, the big money that's looking for the next big thing. Ultimately, getting that long-term money boils down to two main choices: equity or debt. You can issue shares, which is basically selling off a piece of ownership in your company. That's equity. Or you can borrow money through things like debentures or loans. That's debt. And here's the crucial difference. With equity, you're giving up a slice of your company forever. With debt, you keep 100% ownership, but you have to pay that money back with interest. This is easily one of the most critical financial decisions a founder will ever make.
So, there you have it. We've just covered the critical first phase of your entire journey. As you can see, turning an idea into an actual enterprise really comes down to a few foundational decisions that will shape everything that comes after.
This slide really sums it all up, doesn't it? Your first 3 moves define the entire game. First, your structure. Are you going it alone, with a partner, or as a separate legal company?
Second, your goal. Are you chasing profit, sales, or growth? And third, your funding. How are you going to fuel this thing, from your own pocket all the way up to venture capital? These are your foundational pillars. Get these right, and you're off to a great start.
The framework is here. The path from a simple idea to a real enterprise is laid out. These are the fundamental choices that every single great founder has had to make at some point. So the only question left is, what are you going to build?